Snipers are dead, and be ready for the shotgun horde to come along with the rise of iron. Why, you may ask? Let me explain. Bungie just released the patch notes for weapon balancing and Rise of Iron. While I think overall they were well intended, are going to do a ton of good, there's some stupid decisions in there that we're going to discuss here. Real quick though, let's talk about the good change they made to snipers. Basically, they just changed snipers so that when you're ADSing and you get hit by a PDX or a MIDA or whatever, you name the primary, you take more flinch initially. So they buffed it from what they called 30%, which is what it currently is, and they're going to change it up to 50%. So no longer will you be nailing someone with a PDX or a MIDA multi-tool while they're hard scoping at you, and they'll still be able to pull off a headshot, which was just stupid and happened to me so many times. It was so infuriating, and I'm really happy that they're changing that. But that's where the good things end. So first of all, they completely nerfed the archetype of the longbow 1000 yard. So that archetype of sniper rifles with that lower-ish rate of fire and that good solid middle impact, they're changing them so that no longer can they one-shot high armor targets, i.e. you can't one-shot a Blade, someone in Hammer of Soul, a Sunsinger that just self-resed, you name it. So you can't snipe supers anymore. You can't one-shot headshot them, which I just think is so dumb. Because, I guess what they were thinking when they were doing this is like, oh yeah, we'll bring Sunsingers back and maybe bring in some new sniper rifles and add overall more variation. So it's not just the 1000 yards that are being used. But I really don't think that's what's going to happen. Now, shotguns are just going to completely replace them. No one's going to use any other snipers. Firstly, and the people who are still going to snipe, which is going to be very few and far between, they're just going to use an archetype like the Defiance of Yasmin. Because the only purpose of using, a 1000 yard, besides aim assist, we're taking aim assist out of the equation, over like a Defiance of Yasmin, was because you could headshot supers. But now, I'm just going to use a Defiance of Yasmin every time over something like a 1000 yard, because I can pull off shots more quickly that do plenty of damage. It's still 2-shot body, still does a lot of shield damage and a decent amount of health damage. It's just pointless to use an archetype of 1000 yard in my opinion now. I can't think of any reason that I'd use one over like a Defiance of Yasmin. Secondly, they buffed an archetype of shotguns. So they buffed the archetype of the 2 to the Morgue so that it does more damage now, which overall technically buffs shotguns. It rises them as a special weapon above snipers, because technically as a secondary they got buffed and snipers got nerfed. Thirdly, there was no change to shotguns, so snipers got nerfed, yet shotguns, they remain the same, no nerf at all. And lastly, sniping was just hard enough already, man. It does take skill to snipe well. It is not easy to just pull it off like you can with a shotgun. If I took a break from Destiny for like 6 months, in a day I could pick back up shotgunning and be just as good as I was, or almost as good, just barely worse than I was when I dropped it, 6 months ago. But if I try to do it with sniping, oh no, that's not gonna happen. It takes a lot of skill to snipe. I don't think people understand that. And if you do, well, then you should probably agree with me here. Shotguns are just the new meta now. And I don't know about you guys, but I hate getting shotgun rushed every single time I go into skirmish or whatever. I do it sometimes, like this week on Trials, I didn't snipe at all just because I felt that overall shotgunning was the better playstyle for those maps. Sure, Burning Shrine is good for sniping, but Asylum and Anomaly are both really good shotgun maps. So, like I said, overall is better choice shotgun. That's besides the point though. I think that shotguns are just going to rise, and it's just going to be way too hard to pull off sniping with not enough reward. Where shotgunning is just instant reward. And it's just so easy to pull off and be successful with it. And on top of this, one thing I think Bungie neglected to think about is that, oh yeah, snipers can't one-shot Sunsingers anymore when they self-res. Well, guess what? A shotgun can. All you have to do is jump up if you're really bad at aiming. Right when they, finish coming out of their animation, you would headshot them and pull your trigger. If you headshot them with a shotgun, they are dead in a one shot. So that doesn't work anymore. And now something snipers can no longer do, or at least an overwhelming majority of snipers can't do anymore, every shotgun can pull off. So just overall, shotguns are gonna reign king in the Rise of Iron. And I don't think I'm very excited about that. Quick side note though about shotguns, they did nerf the universal remote, which though I love that gun. It was the first exotic I ever got, and I want it to do well, but I'm really sick of seeing it so much in the Crucible. Really tired of that. So I'm happy to see that it is getting toned down, because let's be honest, man, it needed it. It really did. But yeah, that's gonna wrap up this video. Let me know what you guys think about this. I'm sorry I haven't been uploading that much lately. I have just all week I have been so busy. I have had soccer games every single night all week, and where go to school, come home for maybe half an hour to take a power nap, have to leave right away again, and I don't get home until like 8, in which I have homework to do, which usually take about an hour and a half, and that's still with me pushing off homework to the next night. I need to shower for the game because I can smell myself, and it's awful. I don't want to get my bed all dirty and shit. You understand. So I've been so busy. Hopefully this video will come up Thursday, which is today, but honestly, it'll probably get up Friday. But this weekend, I have a kick-ass video that I do intend to get launched. I might talk about what I'm talking about right now in my next video, or maybe that was my last video. I'm still figuring out planning, so just bear with me, guys. But yeah, once again, thank you all very much for watching. Let me know what you think about these changes in the comment section, because I'd love to hear them. And of course I'm going to respond on every single video. Somebody comments, I respond. And yeah, have a great day, guys. Peace.